Hi, everybody. My name is Gerri Campbell, and I am a personal brand photographer based in Glasgow, but work all over the UK. And I work with colourful business owners that are wanting photographs full of personality. They want photographs that don't just look like them, that feel like them too, which is so important. You know, you've seen cut and paste brand photos that tell you nothing about the business owner because they look like everybody else's. So today I am going to share with you the importance of building your own personal brand and how it will help you grow your business. So I am just going to share my screen and I am going to clear the decks of everything. Don't look at how many windows I've got open. And I am going to hopefully go into present mode. Yes, I am. So, as I said, it's why you need a personal brand to grow your business. Now, a lot of people don't know, don't know what a personal brand is. Basically, personal brand is all about the marketing of you. Just Schitt's Creek, who doesn't love it? So I had to put in an image from that. So personal branding is the marketing of you. We tend to be solo business owners, or we are our business. We're our business is us. So we need to let our audience get to know who we are and what we're all about. And that old adage, people buy from people, it's so true. How many times have you been in a shop, in a situation that you were going to buy something and you thought, I want it, but I'm not buying it from you because you just didn't connect with the person, the salesperson, or the person that was going to provide this service. And that is what it's all about, is letting people into your world, get to know you, and see if they want to do business with you. This is a study that I found by LinkedIn. So it's 70% of professionals say that a strong personal brand helps them stand out in a crowded marketplace. These days, I mean, we're like this. There's so many of what we do, thousands of photographers. So I have to think, what can I do differently to stand out from other people? Obviously, my photography style is different, but there are lots of people that do my style very colourful, very vibrant. So what is it about me that's going to be, people are going to be attracted to, and they're also going to be repelled, and that's great. I don't want to work with everybody because there'll be a disconnect. I want to find my people, and by putting myself out there, I am going to find my people. So this is a Jeff Bezos, is that how you say it? Bezos quote, branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. You're wanting people to shout your name, to say your name when somebody says, I'm just using me as an example. So when people say I'm looking for a brand photographer, I want people to say my name first because they love my photography, they love what I'm all about, they love that I put myself out there, they love my chat, they love my glasses, they love whatever it is that they love. So that is what that is what people say about you when you're not in the room. You're wanting people to shout loud about you. So personal branding, obviously it's the marketing of you, but it goes way beyond your logo, way beyond your color scheme. These, your brand colors, these are very, very important, but it's just part of the package. It's not the be all and end all, like, well, I've got a logo. And my top tip here is please do not use your logo as your profile photo, because you can't connect with a logo. Means nothing. It's literally just a logo. So please don't do that. Anyway, I digress. That's probably in a slide further on. You are wanting to put yourself out there and you want to make a genuine connection with your audience. As I said, it's the marketing of you. I tend to go too quickly and I go ahead of myself. So you have to think in this crowded market of whatever it is you do, what are you going to do to stand out, or how are you going to stand out? And the answer is by being you. You're your own USP. There's only one of you. There may be thousands and thousands of photographers, but there's only one of me. So I have to put myself out there. I have to let people get to know me and think, can I work with this person? Can I never want to work with this person, but the only way by doing that is letting them get to know me and kind of the feel of me and how working with me would be like and how I do it, my process, and what I'm like as a person. So as I say, you are your own USP and you need to show your audience what you are all about. Now, your customers, your audience on social media, they want stories and connections and experience. They want you want your stories and your experiences and your social media posts and your blog posts and whatever to start conversations. People forget about the social side of social media. It's all about starting conversations, building relationships, building connections with people so that as and when they're looking for what you offer or somebody they know is looking for what you offer, you're top of their mind because you've built this relationship. It's as if they know you. And a few times actually, I have, I do Zoom meetings with like inquiry calls, and I'll go into a Zoom call and people will say, I feel like I know you already. I feel like, we can just chat here because it's not like talking to a stranger because they've seen me on social media, they've been to my website, they've done everything like that, they've done their homework. So they feel like they know me. So that is what you have to do. You have to be genuine and relatable so that your customers, your audience can resonate with you, they can connect with you, they can become the most loyal fan of you and your business. And before anybody will do any business with you, you need to know, like, and trust somebody. Without all three, you'll get, your business will not survive, it won't thrive. So know, like, and trust. How are we going to do that? We are going to, as I say, we're going to put ourselves out there. We're going to grow our personal brand. We're going to be relatable. We're going to be genuine. We're going to be authentic, and we're going to be ourselves. A couple of times I have, built relationships with people online, and then I've gone on to meet them in person, and it's like two different people. They're not the same person. They don't talk the same. They don't act the same. Maybe on social media, they're quite extrovert, quite kind of like, happy and joyous and kind of full of color. And then you meet them in person and they're shy and introverted and it's the kind of, and that's fine. Both types of personality are fine, but you've got to be who you are. Don't try and think that you've got to be like everybody else because that's really boring. But it's also really tiring to try and be something that you're not. It's exhausting. So just be you, accept who you are and what you're all about, and just be you because your people will be drawn to you for that. So how do we build this know, like, and trust factor that we need to grow our business? So Sheena here, I did her photographs. I'm sure a lot of you know Sheena. I did her photographs a couple of months ago. So this is her head, her profile photo, and this is her new logo. She got new branding done. So if you saw that, which would strike up a conversation more? Which would be more engaging? Which would make a connection with you? Obviously, the photo of Sheena. She's happy there. She's engaged. She's got eye contact. She looks so friendly and so approachable and so like she's got her books behind her, so she looks all like an expert that she is. The logo, her name's Sheena Mason White. That's it. It's not going to start a conversation. This, I'm pointing as if you can see me. This one, the photograph, that could start a conversation. Like, God, you love books. What are your favourite books? What kind of books do you read? I love the colour yellow too, which I actually do love the colour too. The colour yellow too. Just you're wanting conversations to get you started. The logo, that. So as I said before, please, please, please don't use a logo as your profile photo. You have 1 second to make a first impression. There's no impression there. It's like, all right, okay. It's like a faceless business. That's what it looks like. And then so you can't make any connections, relationships with that. So let me just move myself out the way. So a strong personal brand makes you memorable. It makes your audience think that they know you. I said that before. So when your audience see your face, it creates a sense of comfort and trust. They believe that what you say you are going to deliver, you will deliver by getting to know you. It's like, building this relationship. You wouldn't go into, I can't think, whatever, and spend a lot of money. You want to get to know them first. You want to make sure they're your people, they're yours. And that's exactly what you're doing online. So it's, if they get to recognize you, if they get to feel like they know you, it's like seeing a friend in a crowded place. They feel comforted that you are there, and they will gravitate towards you. The likability, a personal brand lets you showcase you. So when you see a business owner sharing their journey, hobbies, mistakes that they've made, or things that have gone wrong, there's a connection. People love seeing that you're not struggling, but that things don't always go right for you too. They want to know that you're real, that you're genuine, that you're like them, that you'll get them, that you'll get their struggles. So I'm just going to put my sleeves up here. It's roasting in here. And so that is what putting yourself out there and making sure that they like you. There's lots of people that I have seen online that I've just thought, I don't think, I might be looking for what they offer. I just say, I don't think I could work with you. There's a kind of, a disconnect and not a friction, but we're just too different. And I just think, nah, I'm going to keep looking. And that's what you want to do by putting yourself out there. Do they like you? Do they trust you? And do they know, like, and trust? Do they know you? Do they like it? And do they trust that you're going to deliver what you say you are going to? Sorry, that didn't make much sense, really, did it? So the trust is the vital part. They have to believe that what you say you're going to deliver, you're going to deliver. So this is with like testimonials and showing behind the scenes, showing your workplace, showing the process of you doing what it is you do. When you let them into your world, they're like, that's how it's done. And this can be, I'm doing it, my desk is there. So this could be as simple as showing you your desk, showing your workspace, showing you and your laptop, you and your phone. Or, if you're a more creative business owner, you're a florist or something, this is actually you in your workshop doing everything you have to do to get this amazing bouquet or arrangement or whatever. You just have to let them into your world and show them the processes, and then they will trust. They're like, okay, I'm going to order this, and I know I'm going to get what I am wanting. And without that, you'll not get any business. So your personal brand is not just a marketing tactic, it's the heart of your business story. It's what connects you to your audience. Now, I hope that makes sense. If anybody has any questions, please, when you're watching this, during, middle, after, please do get in touch and ask me the question. I'm more than happy to answer. So what makes you stand out in this horribly noisy market? It's your expertise, it's your personality, it's your authenticity, and it's you and your story. So all of them, you can't just keep, if you are a florist, say, you can't just keep showing photographs of all your beautiful arrangements. One, it's boring. Two, there's no connection there. People aren't going to start conversations with them. If it was you you know, cutting your flowers at the flower market, choosing them, how you put them all together, where you wrap them, how you deliver them. Do you have a van? Do you use a car? Do you use even you handing over the flowers, whether it's you delivering them or whether it's you delivering them, you know, for a wedding or whatever. There's such a wide process that you go through to do what you do, and you need to write this down step by step and have photographs that show that. I think I've gone out, jumped away again. But anyway, what makes you stand out in the noisy market is your expertise, your personality, your authenticity, and you in your story. And you need to share your unique qualities and just, I mean, this is just like a repetition. Every slide's like a repetition. Just share about you. And this wee reminder here, remember, you decide what stories you want to share. Now, a lot of business owners, when I speak to them, they're like, oh, I don't want to put myself out there. Nobody's interested in me. That's not true. And I don't have any stories to tell. Yes, you do. But you decide. They also kind of go into this blind panic and say, but I don't want people to know everything about me. And you're like, nobody wants to know everything about you. That goes that again. Not interesting. But you decide what stories you want to tell, whether it's like that you've got a dog, that you're a mum, that you love hiking, that you love cold water swimming, that you love baking, that you love, you know, you love nothing more than being out with your friends, sharing a bottle of wine, or reading, you know, just sitting quietly reading a book. You love nothing, you know, that kind of thing. Share that. Share what it is about you. But you decide what you're sharing, and you decide you know, how big, what percentage of your life you're sharing. No, I share maybe 5-10% of my life. I don't share very much. I share about going to the gym. I share about my dogs. I sometimes share about my children. I share my love of sweets, and and my love of colourful trainers and of glasses. That's kind of it. So people think that they know me because of that, but they don't really. I've just decided that that's what I want to share. So you decide what you want to share, but you have to share something. And you want to be consistent over all your touch points, your website, all your profile photo, have the same profile photo on all your socials so that people start to recognize you. You become familiar. It's like, oh, okay, this is Gerri's stuff or whatever. You just, if you're not consistent, you look unprofessional. You look very amateurish. You look like you're playing at business rather than being the expert that you actually are. So you're wanting to share stories and your expertise and your values, and you're showing transparency, authenticity, and that's what you need to do to get your business, you know, with a strong personal brand that will then take your business to the next level. Oh, did that go there? Connection. Yes, I didn't see it moving there. So you need to make a connection. I've said this a few times on this whatever, God, my brain stopped. So a strong personal brand makes authentic connections. By you being authentic, you're going to attract your people. So you want your stories, your you know, posts on social media, your blog posts, you want to engage with your audience, you want to start conversations, and you want to build relationships. It's all, social media is all about connection. And as I've said before, you want to be top of people's mind when they are looking for what you offer. So you want to be creating content with purpose. How many times have you on a Monday, say, I don't know if you're a planner, but say on a Monday and you think, bums, what the hell will I post today, this week, this month? And then you just start winging it, and you kind of, you've got no structure, you've got no purpose, there's no kind of strategy, and you're just winging it, and you're all over the place, and you look like you're all over the place. If you've got a strong personal brand, You know exactly what it is, the stories that you're wanting to share, so that creating content becomes so easy, but it also becomes very aligned to you, and it resonates with your audience. So who doesn't want your content to be easier to create? There's nothing worse than that whole kind of 8 p.m. panic thinking, bugger, I've not posted today. I need to post today. You don't. If you're posting for just the sake of posting, you're as well not posting. You're kind of almost damaging your brand by, it's diluting it. It's kind of like, well, what was the purpose of that? So anyway, that panic that you go, oh God, what will I post? What will I post? When you've got a strong personal brand, it makes it very much easier to know what you're going to post. Hope this is making sense. Having a strong personal brand expands your opportunities. People think about you when they are saying, that they like say a speaking engagement, or even this presentation that I am doing. That's I've built a personal brand. I've met Lynn. I've kind of shown she knows, she's come across me in different ways. Would you do this for us? Of course I would. Yes, not a problem. So that is what you're looking to do. And having a strong personal brand puts you out there for opportunities that you might not even have thought of. So authenticity is key. And as I said, please don't try and be something you're not. Don't try and be somebody you're not. Don't try and copy what other people are doing in your sector, because when everybody looks the same, you all just start to merge into each other, and nobody stands out. So you want to be the top banana that stands out, that people are talking about, that people remember, because you look professional, you look the expert, you look top of your game, and they want you to do what they're looking for. So embrace you and your personality, and you don't need to do it in such a way as you need to put posts out there that feel authentic to you. You need to get photographs that not only look like you. I mean, obviously we all want photographs that look like us, but we want photographs that feel like us, that we think, yeah, that's exactly who I am. That's showing who I am as a person, as opposed to this is what I look like. Does that make sense? So be really very, do your homework. If you are looking to get a personal brand photographer to help you with this, building your strong personal brand, do your homework. Find a photographer that you like their work, you feel that you could work with them, because getting your photographs taken is a very intimate experience, and you're putting your trust in them that they're going to make you look and feel good. So you want to like them. There would be nothing worse than if you're a bit quiet and a bit introvert, and you have a photographer that come in and is like, whoa, dear. You'd be like, oh dear God, and you'd look terrified, and you'd feel terrified, and you'd hate every single photograph. So you don't want to do that. Make sure you get a photographer that you like, that is like you, that gets your business, and then you can work from there. So just let me move this. So how can your photos show your personal brand? So as I said there, so you're wanting to get a photographer that gets you want a photographer that's going to find out all about your business and all about you, and they're going to get photographs that share that. But you also can take your own photographs. It doesn't need to be a professional photographer. It just needs to be professional looking. Don't use crappy photos. If you use crappy photos, your business looks a bit crappy. As I said before, you don't want, you'll look a bit amateurish, you're playing at it. Please don't do that. Have a strong profile photo that shows, exactly who you are. You can have a prop in it that kind of gives, you know, like I would have not a camera up here because then you wouldn't see my face, but a camera just holding a camera or whatever. You want to show who you are, what you do, where you do it, how you do it, and then photos, you know, photos of you as a person. So your hobbies or however you fill your time. And that is how the photographs are going to help you build your brand across all your socials and across your website. It's going to look amazing. If you're taking your own photographs, don't use them for your website because they are not high resolution enough. They're not like good quality enough for a website. They're great for social media, but don't use them for your website. But the other thing as well is a lot of people forget is they can have brand photos or, you know, whatever, and then they ruin them because then they put out their stories don't match. They become a bit more amateurish. I'm not saying that every story has to be, you know, that every story has to be, stories on social media that have to be really professional looking, but just don't dilute this brand that you're trying to build. If you are using stock photos on your socials, on your website, please stop. They make you instantly forgettable because they are totally unbelievable. You know, the people, if you've got photos of people like sitting around a meeting room desk, they're too perfect looking. It's like this insta perfect world that nobody believes. If nobody believes it, they don't believe you. They think that, well, how do we know that's not the meeting room that I would be going to? That's not the office that I would be going to. Those people are too beautiful. They're all too beautiful to be believable. So, and the other thing as well is you have no control of who else is using these stock photos. So I've seen stock photos before that I have seen on one website, and then I've gone to another website, totally different markets, totally different, and they're both using the same stock photo. So you have no control over who's using it. It might be a business in an industry or whatever that you don't really want to be connected with. So just really, if you feel you have to use them, choose really wisely. Don't go for ones with just that, you know, even you know that they're not believable because nobody will believe them. So your photographs, brand photographs, the stories that you're trying to tell, a brain processes that 60 times faster than words. So you think about the way you scroll on your phone. It's not the words that stop you, it's the photographs, it's the image that stop the scroll, and then you'll read the caption. But without that photograph that's going to stop, then they'll just keep on scrolling. So make sure your photographs stand out. They're very obviously you. They're very obviously about your business. And this is your graphics as well. You want to keep consistency. You want to have your brand colors, your logos, your brand photos. You want them all working together. They look consistent, cohesive, professional, and they're just going to make you look the top banana. But a storytelling photo can really stop the scroll. It can really be, and that's the photos that I take, the brand photos that I love are ones that obviously tell a story, but they feel like they have a bit of movement or a bit of, you know, I see a lot of brand photos and it's just so I've got a cup of tea here. So it's literally somebody holding a cup of tea, smiling at a laptop. Not sure that makes any sense. If I was on a Zoom call or something, I'd be using my hand, I'd be smiling, I'd be like listening, I'd be writing down notes as if I was, you know, talking to somebody on the other side. If I was having a cup of tea, I might be on my phone at the same time. You know, like the way you do, you're just like, oh, okay, I'll take 5 minutes for that wee kind of scroll. I'm just going to pick up my phone here and show you what I mean. So you've got your cup of tea and you've got your phone. So I think that looks a whole lot more authentic than just this random cup of tea and you're smiling in a kind of mad, manic way, bit scared. So you want you want your photographs to tell stories that actually make sense. You don't want photos that I saw a brand photograph of a business owner sitting in a poppy field with their laptop on their knee. Was it a pretty photograph? Yes. Did I believe that she worked in a poppy field with her laptop? No. Did it make any sense? No. So pretty photos don't tell stories. You want storytelling photos. And that's what, if somebody looks at a photo, they'd be like, all right, okay, that's them doing this, whatever. And it makes a whole lot more sense than somebody just staring at a laptop or staring at a cup of tea, So we need to think about what we're doing. So I keep saying so, excuse me for doing that. So you need to be visible in your business if you want your business to grow or up level. You want to make an impact and stand out from the crowd. You want to attract your ideal client. You want to create a first impression, and you want to charge premium prices. Without a brand, you become a commodity, and there's always, always, always somebody that can beat you in price. They can't beat you on being you. So that's why you're wanting to be a brand. And I know a lot of people are like, oh God, I hate getting my photograph taken. I don't want to be the face of my business. I hate to say it, but you kind of have to be, because way at the start we said people buy from people. So you kind of have to be. You have to put yourself out there. They want to know who is running this business, and not in a kind of critical way. They just want to know who's running the business. That they're not making any judgments on you. They're not, that kind of. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I'll put myself out there when I've lost half a stone. I'll put myself out there when I've had my roots done. I'll put myself out there. They're always delaying. And if you're delaying putting yourself out there and being the face of your business, somebody else is doing it and they're getting the business. So there's food for thought. So I said to you about the scroll. So you think about next time you're scrolling on Instagram, think about what it is that stops you. Just take note, and that's what your photos have to do. Whether it's like you recognize that it's somebody's post, whether it's just like eye-catching and like, oh, that's, it's telling a story that you think, oh, what's this about? Just think about it, and it's an interesting exercise to do. So if you want your business to be taken seriously, professional looking photos are a necessity. They're not a luxury. It's not a kind of like, oh, I'll get them when. These are going to take your business to the next level, whether you take them yourself or whether you hire a photographer. So don't kind of think, oh, it would be an if only or a nice to have. It is a necessity for your business. And what you need your photos to do is start conversations, build relationships, build engagement, create connections, make you relatable, and see you as the expert. You want them just to say, this is me, in that, what's that song? Is it from The Greatest Showman? This is me. That's basically what you are doing. And excuse my language here, but I'll not say it out loud. The top tip, as I said before, if your photos are a bit, your business looks a bit. So let's not have that. You want the photographs to start conversations, and you want them to say, oh, tell me more, like, I didn't know that's how you did that, or me too. So, for instance, I made a very expensive conversation starter with an artist who put out a time lapse of them painting this painting, which I loved. So I then started a conversation with her saying, oh, that's different to your normal style. Oh, yes, you see, this is because of this is what it is, and oh right, okay, and what size is it, and when will it be finished? Before you knew it, it's now it's now up on my wall. But had I not seen that, I wouldn't have bought it. So you want to be like, oh, that looks interesting. Or if somebody, you know, say you're a cold water swimmer, I'm not. If somebody puts out a post, I always put crazy woman or wouldn't be me or why on earth would you put yourself through that? And then they'll come back and say, oh, I love it. I've been doing it every day for a year and I feel so much better. And you're like, really? Not my idea of fun, blah, blah, blah. So it's a conversation that I'm not, or if I was a cold water swimmer, I'd be like, oh, where did you go? How long did you stay in for? How long have you been doing it? Blah, conversation, building friendships. That's what you're wanting to do. So we don't want vanilla. We don't want merging in with everybody else. We don't want to just copy somebody else and think, well, they're doing this, so that'll work for me. It won't, because you're not them. So don't be vanilla, even if you're not a very colourful business owner. And when I mean colourful, it's not like you don't need to be a creative or something. It's just somebody that loves colour, that embraces colour, that wants to show that kind of personality in their brand photos. But even if that's not you, if you're more of the kind of muted colours or, tones or whatever, you can still take great storytelling photos that are a bit more muted, that are a bit more you. Because again, I mean, gosh, I am jumping about, but again, if you suddenly decided to go, I'm now Mr. and Mrs. Colourful, and everything was like, whoa, colour, 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 but that's not what you're like in real life. Disconnect. So I do wear a lot of colour. I don't look it today, but I do wear a lot of colour. And then I have them in my photos. My website's colourful. My brand colours are colourful. So when I meet people, I have colour on. I always have bright lipstick on. But if I was kind of putting this persona out there and then you met me in real life and I was all in, grey or beige or whatever, you'd be going, what is that all about? So don't do that disconnect. Just be you and put yourself out there and believe that they will attract your people. So I've said this, but see, I did jump about, sorry. The storytelling photos, a story is basically what you're willing to share with your audience for whatever the processes you go through, the behind the scenes, testimonials, you talking to a client, you on the phone, you on Zoom, you cutting your flowers, you painting a picture, whatever it is. And as I said before, when you're taking the stories of, your personal stories, don't treat it as a confessional. Don't feel that you have to spill your guts and tell somebody everything. You don't. You decide what you are going to share. Okay, so and I've done this as well. The 5 storytelling photos all business owners should have. Who you are. Just like kind of think of a headshot, but with a wee bit more about it. This lady here is a jewelry maker. So this is a piece of jewelry that she has made, and this is her workshop. So who you are, what you do. Again, this was the tool she uses to file something down. But she's got her brand colours on her nails. So we're keeping everything consistent. We're keeping everything tied together. So there's a lot of consistency, a lot of cohesion here. This is Gillian, who's an artist, a very colourful artist, as you can see from her workshop, colour everywhere. Her photos are colourful. She's got colourful hair. So this is where she does what she does. People love that. I know I personally absolutely love the whole thing. I mean, this was my favourite shoot ever, just because she was like a colour factory that had exploded everywhere. How you do it, so she's got like a palette knife there, she's mixing up the paint, she's showing the tools that she uses to do what she does. So think about that. And then you as a person. So this lady here, sadly, this is in July in Scotland, and she wanted a lovely calm sea with her paddle boarding. Didn't happen. Looks like midwinter, grey skies, grey sea, grey everything. But she wanted photographs that showed that this was her kind of hobby, out with who she is. So think about the stories you want to tell and get photographs of that. I've said this, oh, honestly, I've said this already about using your headshot for your profile photo, not your logo. And your headshot needs to capture your personality, and it's not just, so don't have, these kind of like passport photos and you're just facing the camera and it tells you nothing about you as a person. Put a bit of personality in, like these ladies did here. That's my profile photo. Just got my camera in shot. Gillian's got paint on her hand. She's got her coffee cup, which is all colourful as well. PT, you can see her weights behind her. She always has her dog with her when she's doing PT. She wanted a photo just chilling with a glass of wine. Everybody can relate to that. And Victoria is like a Pilates coach kind of thing. But look, she's very, I hate the word woo, but you know what I mean? So she's got her big ring, she's got her bangles. On her other hand, she had tattoos. You want to show just a bit of personality, and none of these are forced smiles like, oh, hello, kind of that, you're terrified of the camera. These are authentic, genuine, friendly smiles, and you would think, I'll contact them. They look like my kind of people. So this is the benefits of having professional photographs. So you've got your bank of beautiful images, and I said that before, makes your content creation easier, but it gives you the quality and it gives you the variety that you need to tell your story. Your online presence will skyrocket. I can guarantee that. And it will attract your person. By putting yourself out there, by putting your photographs out there, by letting people get to know you, you're going to attract your ideal client. You'll be positioned as the best choice over your competitor because they're all vanilla down here or doing the same old thing, and you've gone up. You've stepped up a level and shown that you are willing to invest in your business and you're professional and you're expert. And look at me, I'm the top banana. Your social media will be much easier, and your photographs will strengthen your brand, help grow your business, and increase your sales. So that is really why you need to grow a personal brand. I hope all of that makes sense. I'm really sorry, I do jump about and I get a wee bit ahead of myself, but I hope it made sense. I'm going to give you a couple of tips on taking your own photographs. Oh, hold on. So, first tip. Now, this could be a bit tricky here because there's so much sun here today, which doesn't happen very often. But when you are taking a selfie, okay, I don't want the camera down here because you're going to be all chin, you're going to be all loose skin. It's going to be, in fact, this is my laptop, okay, so say this is my camera. So look, oh my Lord, everything's hanging down, everything's loose. I look heavier than I am. So you don't want that. You always want to have your camera slightly above eye level. You see, everything's a bit smoother, a bit tighter. I look slimmer, or my face doesn't look as big as it did. So I want you to put your camera slightly above eye level, and I want you to tilt it towards you. By tilting it towards you, it makes your eyes be the biggest towards the camera. So that's the most flattering way. So you want to don't be hanging down, don't be, have your camera below eye level. And another tip is always face the light. So you can see the reflection in my glasses. I am facing the window. So I need to put my glasses back on. So my skin looks light and bright and full of life. This is me with my back to the light. Lifeless, dull. You can't make out my eye colour. It's just awful. So always, always, always be facing the light. You don't need to spend a fortune on ring lights and all that. A window, it's the most flattering. Natural light is the most flattering light, and it's the cheapest. And lastly, if I could encourage you to buy anything for your selfie taking, is one of these tripod for your mobile. So you want one that goes up and down, but also can be angled. And these are great for selfies, but they're also great if you're taking your own brand photographs. You know, you can have the camera, your phone here, and then your hands can be doing whatever it is down here. I'm trying to, but you also want to have the one that's got the Bluetooth doodah. You can keep that in your hand, set up the Bluetooth, you can keep that in your hand. And when you've got your tripod all set up, you're just clicking on this and you can do different poses, smiling, not, and picking up your coffee cup, whatever. This is the best investment you will make. 20-30 pounds from Amazon, or there are other you know, you can get it from anywhere, but don't forget the Bluetooth doodah and the angle that can go up and down and that way as well. So that is my tips. I said to you about choosing the right photographer. Make sure you like them. Liking their style, affording them, both very important. Obviously, you're not going to choose a photographer that you don't like their style. You want to be able to afford them, but really stretch yourself. Stretch yourself. If there's a photographer that you love, that you're thinking, oh, I'm telling you, it'll be worth it. But liking them is the most important thing. You want to feel comfortable in their space. You want to feel relaxed when they are there. There's nothing worse than somebody coming into your space and you thinking, oh, I don't like this, because that will show in your photographs. You want to be relaxed. It wants to feel like a friend is just taking your photograph. You're having a bit of chat, a bit of banter, a bit of a laugh. They just have to be your person. So really, really, really do your homework. So any questions, as I said, please do message me. You'll find me at gerricampbellphotography.com, and then there's a contact form there. This is just a quick where you can find me. No, it's not. It's about working with me. So I work with people on taking their photographs, but I also have a course for you to be your own brand photographer. It's a bit of a no-brainer if you ask me. There's lots of tips and tricks about using your phone, about different poses, about choosing outfits, choosing locations, choosing props, choosing your stories, everything you need to get photographs that you are more than happy to share, and making you a whole lot more visible in your business. So you can find that all on my website, gerricampbellphotography.com. And these are the different social medias that you will find me at. I'm mostly on Instagram, and I share a lot of tips and tricks on Instagram. Trying to get into LinkedIn, struggling a wee bit with it, but and Facebook I'm really not on at all. But these are my two. So come and find me, come and be my friend. I would love that, and we will start a conversation. And that is it. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope I didn't witter on too much. And I look forward to meeting you, speaking to you, being your friend on social media. And good luck choosing your photographer, building your personal brand, or being your own brand photographer. But good luck with it all. I'm sure you'll be great. Cheers.